Good morning, Unity in the Seven Hills. After that piece, we've got some exciting songs. We've got 3 songs for you this morning. So let's get to your feet if you're able. Clap your hands, sing along, and let's have a good time this morning. And I got a backing singer with me today. So here we go. Good morning, Unity. It's up to me to give of my heart. decision right here and now. Here we go. It's time to perk things up again. We're gonna get our steps in this morning. It's a great start to the day. Yeah. take a seat in your holy seats. You've had your workout this morning. As we light the unity candle, let's say our prayer together. There is only one presence and one power in my life and in the universe. God, the good, omnipotent. And let's take a moment for prayer. Soft relaxation as we breathe into this moment, the peace and joy, the exuberance of all good, all God. We bring in the holy presence now. In this time of gratitude, of being together, one community, one unity. We look into the world, and if we choose, we make love our decision. We see it everywhere, in all good things, in all God things. We know that this is our time, our place, that we have come here with our passion for a purpose, to bring our spark to this place and to this time, to the people around us, those that we touch, and those that we don't know that we touch. Kindness is our way. Truth is our power. We breathe into that knowingness that all is good, all is God, everything is in divine order, and we say thank you, thank you, thank you, and amen.
Magic touch. Welcome. Welcome, visitors. You are welcome at Unity in the Seven Hills. If this is your first time with us, please be sure to pick up a welcome packet. And those folks in the back, Lisa and Vern and Bob, are all just eager to give away those welcome packets. Our purpose statement. We are creating a spiritual home for, I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out whether to read it from there or here. Excuse me, it should be the same. It's been a while since I've done platform. Hang with me, please. Okay, our purpose statement, once more. We are creating a spiritual home for our community. A place that empowers and inspires growth, passion, and purpose, individually and collectively, to contribute to our world. A place for the spiritually led to be spiritually fed. Now it's time for the community news. Our annual meeting is today. Right after the service, we'll take a little 5-minute break, only 5 minutes. No coffee, just potty break maybe if you need it, but no coffee until after the meeting. It won't be that long, right? No, okay, good. And there is coffee and food downstairs, so please Do stay for the meeting and then afterwards for fellowship. Okay, now our speaker. I am so excited to introduce to those of you that weren't at the workshop yesterday. If you were at the workshop yesterday, you know how fabulous Reverend Cherie Ruffo is. Yay! And fun too. Okay, so let me see if I can find this bio and tell you a little more about Cherie. Reverend Cherie Ruffo is a Unity minister, spiritual teacher, and visionary writer dedicated to helping individuals and communities awaken to their highest potential. She currently serves as president of the Unity Worldwide Ministries Eastern Region Board and leads initiatives in spiritual growth, social action, and economic justice. In addition to her ministry work, Reverend Cherie has extensive experience in the nonprofit sector with a focus on organizational development, leadership, and fundraising. She completed a certificate in professional fundraising from Boston University in 2022, bringing updated expertise to support sustainable growth for spiritual communities and organizations. Could you stay with us a little longer, Cherie? I think we could definitely use some. Yes, thank goodness for Zoom. As a Sunday speaker, as we have her today, and workshop leader, as we had her yesterday, Reverend Cherie is known for her clarity, warmth, and ability to translate timeless spiritual principles into actionable steps for today's world. Her passion is equipping communities like Unity in the Seven Hills with the tools to thrive spiritually, emotionally, and practically. I'm eager to hear your message today, Cherie. Thank you. Okay, also, other announcements. Don't forget, if you haven't done it already, to link your Kroger Rewards card at krogercommunityrewards.com. We are able to get quite a few bucks from that each month. So do. I know everybody shops at Kroger occasionally, at least. So please do that. Next slide. Humankind is our tithe for this month. Let's see. The mission of Humankind is strengthening individuals and families through care. Thank you. Got to go. It's small print. Counseling and education. Okay. Humankind. We know Humankind well. That's where we have picnicked on many occasions. In the spirit of the Quest teachings and the Quest book, our study group discussions, we invite everyone to participate in this collective intention. And what we decided was that it would be powerful if we all, each Sunday evening at 7 p.m., that's tonight, wherever you are, take a moment and just visualize our church thriving. Unity in the Seven Hills being a bustling place of spiritual joy and outreach. And now, what is this called? Our mission. This is our mission. Unity in the Seven Hills is a vibrant, inclusive community that inspires individual spiritual growth through education, prayer, heart connection, and sacred service. And I think it's time for the daily word. And Terry Scott has agreed to read it. Come on up, Terry.
Good morning, everyone. Today's daily word is discover. As I discover, I learn and grow. My life is a journey of discovery. Over the years, I may have traveled to other lands, discovering new cultures and landscapes. Through my explorations, I have learned all kinds of things and grown in all kinds of ways. My spiritual life has been a journey of discovery as well. through my spiritual practice, I have deepened in my understanding of God and of myself as a spiritual being. I have discovered new landscapes within myself, and I have communed with God in prayer and have changed my life through the power of thinking. I'm thinking your thoughts are your reality. As long as I live, I will find more to discover. Questioning, learning, and growing help me discover the wonders within and all around me. And a message from Jeremiah 33:3, call to me, and I will answer you, and I will tell you great and hidden things that you have not known. Thank you.
Thank you, Terry. And now for some special music from Daniel. Thank you, Dan.
So I haven't done this song in a little while, and it's one of the first songs I ever wrote, and I probably wouldn't have written it had I not come to Unity in the Seven Hills. It's part of my growth. Here it is.
Good morning, everyone. And I want to thank you for inviting me here. Your leadership invited me to come down and spend some time with you, and it's been such an honor. It really has, to get to know you, to get to see all the talent, but all the talent in this community and all the light you radiate. It's just so wonderful. And you know, I learn a lot when I'm out visiting ministries. And yesterday we had several of those moments, and several things that got me to think. But Lisa actually came up to me and said, you know, there's something I really think you might want to read. And I read it, and it's a short book, and it really impacted me because it was everything we talked about yesterday. It takes about 2.5 minutes to read, and I'd like to invite her up this morning to start the talk by reading it to us. And we're going to center ourselves in this message. It's absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Let me first show you the cover. The book is I Am We, A Book of Community by Susan Verde. I know it is important to take care of me, to focus on my own breath, my own needs, and to be kind to my mind. That would be great. You like to see me juggle it, huh?
Yeah. Normally when you're a teacher, you don't have to deal with a mic
But
as
the
well.
microphone, no. Sometimes I wonder, is that selfish? How does caring for myself help anyone else? But then I realize that when I feel better inside, the more I can be there for others. My friends, my family, my community, because I do not exist alone. I am part of something bigger than myself. And when we each take the goodness and self-compassion inside and turn it outward, that is how we make progress and change. How we build, create, learn, and show love. How we care for each other affects the world. I am more than me. I am we. But still more, there's more. Stay tuned. When there are challenges and struggles, I can check on you. You can check on me. We can create a safety net so no one falls. When there's hurtfulness and inequality, when we stand up, we can stand up for each other. We can sit, gather, march, sing, vote, stronger in numbers, louder in voices as we call for justice. When there are differences in thoughts and opinions, we can have a conversation, listening, disagreeing, and agreeing with gentleness, finding the right solution for all of us. When there is shyness and a feeling of not belonging, we can be the welcoming committee, interested and thoughtful, making sure there is a place for everyone. When there are problems to be solved with creativity, I can share my talents and you can share yours. We can combine our skills and ideas to dream up something spectacular. When there are good times, successes, and joy, we can celebrate, show our excitement and pride, and encourage each other to keep on rising. Connection is how I grow. Connection is how we grow. Connected is what we are, part of a worldwide community, diverse and magnificent, kind and accepting, all of us important, none of us alone. I'm not just me, I am we. And if we put our heads and hearts together, if we keep on caring for ourselves and each other, everything is possible. That's it. Thank you, Dan. I couldn't have done that.
Thank you so much, Lisa. And I so appreciate it because it was everything we talked about yesterday, wasn't it? And I know in my own community, we're having our 16th anniversary in 2 weeks. And guess what I'm starting with at the membership meeting? Because this is, we are, it's we. We have to, we go from me to we. And that's the healthy community. And when we go to from me to we, sometimes we don't agree on everything. And we have healthy discourse, healthy. And sometimes we find things among our differences and put it together and build something we never imagined. And that's where I find the beauty. So I wanted to start with the first slide, which is a very special scripture for me, because when I was ordained, and Reverend Carla was my mentor through ministerial school, and this is that we had to choose a scripture, and this is the one that always stood out for me. I and the Father are one, because it's in Jesus' words, and it's the truth of our being. It's the truth of who and what we are. He wasn't setting himself apart and saying, it's only me. He was saying, for all of us, I and the Father are one. Just breathe in on that. How does that feel? You know, I come from an upbringing where when I first started considering this, I might have ducked a little, waiting for the lightning to strike. But then, when you realize in every cell of our body, this divinity lives, you realize that this is the truth. So he was revealing to us. He was teaching us. Jesus was giving us that blueprint. He wasn't saying, worship me for this. He never said that. He said, this is the truth of who you are. This is the truth of who you are. And it's inside of all 50 trillion cells. In every single cell. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. So this same power that we have, it flows through you, but it also flows through this community. And, you know, it can be a neutral power, or we can decide to do something with it, to build something together, to walk forward with that. You know, and we talk about prosperity a lot, you know, in unity. And I work a lot with, and I love what somebody said the other day, fundraising, work with that. But prosperity begins with what our thoughts and our feelings. And we know that it also begins with the oneness that's here. Because when we can hold that vision of prosperity and really feel it, we see it. As the consciousness rises, and I think that's the greatest prosperity that we have, people feel it in your community. They want to want more about that. Because there's so much bad news out there, right? Is it just me? Or I'm kind of afraid to turn on the TV sometimes. And this message, this who you are, is what this community needs more than ever. This message, this love, the feeling of walking into a place and know that you're accepted and loved. And now, does it happen automatically? No, we're humans. You know, we say in my congregation, we're kind of a blessed mess sometimes. And I just got explained what that means in the South. I've been learning the language of the South. I'm in Rhode Island at Unity Radiant Light. So when you meet people from New England, when they say something's wicked, it means really good too. So if they ask to park the car, they just want to know where to put their car. So we're good. So we have this indwelling goodness. And what principle am I talking about? What principle is that? The second principle, right? It's not just in us. It wasn't just in Jesus. It's in every single person here. So our prosperity prayer is not God give me more, but really, when Charles Fillmore talked about it, it's God make me aware. Help me to be aware of what these truth principles are. And when we're aware of it, it sustains us, and that's the important message to take away. Charles Fillmore wrote, prosperity is a matter of consciousness. So what's our consciousness? We were talking about things yesterday and saying, well, where does healing come in too? Do we just move on and how do we do this? And I'm not at all suggesting, because I call it a spiritual bypass, when people start to push things under the ground and they don't address it. But we can find a way to heal. We can find a way to be prosperity together in a way that is healing and loving. So because when you bypass something, what happens? And we've seen it happen in our own country right now, right? We have all these explosions happening because it's going to come up. And I always say when we see it come up, sometimes it's a little painful, or more than little, but we know that it's there coming up because it needs to heal. So any of the things that we need to heal is prosperity. It's an opportunity for us to learn and to move on and to love one another. Unity teaches us that this power animates us. We come into this realm with this power. Now the choice is, what are we going to do with it? And we're here for the amazing music this morning, and I wanted to get up and go dancing. My back does feel better from moving around now. That's good. I've been having a little sciatica. But at Unity Radiant Light, when we started to see, the continuation of what was happening in the world, we came together as a community and we said, what are we going to do about this? How are we going to show up? And we made a decision to join the Create a Beloved Community Program. And we had to start with ourselves. We were talking about the shadow work yesterday, right? Be a little uncomfortable. We got into discourse about things that we appreciate, things that we want to change, and now we're ready to share it with our community. And we said, okay, how are we going to show up in this community that we live in that's so great? And what we decided is, well, first, during COVID, we worked with the unhoused. We saw what was coming. We started getting donations for coats and raise money for backpacks and supplies, and we cooked together. We're 6 feet apart. We didn't break any rules, but we cooked together, and we used to take the meals out. But what we didn't know was what we were going to learn from that, too. We walked out there saying, we're giving back, and we're doing this, and we are, and what we didn't know was where the gifts were for us. And what we saw is after a meal was served, we started sitting down with people and talking with them, and didn't realize that when you're in a community and you don't have a place to live, you often feel invisible, not seen. And so we sat down and we looked into people's eyes, and we shared with each other. And we learned who they are. They learned who we are. And it was such an amazing gift because we saw that second principle in action, the God inside of everyone, no matter what condition, what circumstance. And it empowered us. And it was such a gift to be able to receive that. So as you grow as a community and you make decisions to do something in your community, it's not just about giving. Look for those gifts. Look for the messages that you're going to receive. And it's a beautiful thing. It touches our heart when we discover something sacred like that, being out in the community, because it's what it means to have this human experience. We're not just here as a spiritual being, we're having a human experience, and we're living it. So when we do this, when we do these things that we do, or like Mark Petrosino, who, by the way, is your board buddy from the Eastern Region Board, when we get to come out, we celebrate because of the gifts that you give us, the amazing experiences. And some of you know, I'll take the next slide. Thanks. Some of you know with Albert Einstein, what I learned in ministerial school is that science and spirituality, and I follow people that really study this, science and spirituality go together. And I love what Albert Einstein wrote. Science without religion is lame, and religion without science is blind. And you find with so many of the teachers, like, does anybody know Greg Braden, the author? He's amazing. Same thing. He was a scientist, and he kept running into God, the concept of God, and how it all works together. So as we come together and we study these gifts, and things are going to come up, and your abilities. I wanted to tell you a little bit of a journey I had. Next slide. In 2012, the ministry was about 3 years old, and I had it was May 20th, and I remember because I got married after the service that day, but we also had our white stone ceremony, and I really wanted to do that, same thing, the same day to see what the message would be. And you do a white stone ceremony here, yes. So we get that word that comes up, and I wasn't expecting what I got. I got the word imagination, which is in the 12 powers, it's the sixth power. It's so powerful. But after that, I had a series of dreams, and I kept having these dreams, and I was being taught things. They were more lucid dreams. And then I started looking up some of the things that were coming through, and I was like, wow, this is a story about humankind, but it's also, I was able to take my imagination and tie it into a fantasy visionary series about the 12 powers and awakening to each of the powers and doing it by activating my imagination. And my next book's coming out in March. It's been such a wonderful, everybody says, wow, this is such a great thing you get to do, but you know what it is? It's my awakening journey. This is my story too, because I'm awakening with it. And you see over there on the left, that's Pukalani. It's the fifth dimensional city that these kids get to go to, because they're going to save the world by activating crystals, which are the 12 powers. And then there's the cover of the book. But by using these tools and these principles, we're able to do things that we never thought we could do. And I can't wait to see what you're going to do or hear about it. I want to hear. You can reach out to me. I want to hear your stories. Because as this divinity, it's not that it activates within you because you've always had it. But as we recognize it and we celebrate it and use it, you're going to do great things. This is an amazing ministry. It really is. And it was getting to know many of you yesterday was such an honor. We never know what Spirit's going to bring us to, right? If anybody had said to me in 2000, you're going to be a Unity minister, I would have laughed. Because I think I got the calling around 2007. Didn't listen to it. And then I got the thump on it. It said, hey, I'm here. And I said, I guess I'm going to be a Unity minister and work towards that. Co-founded a ministry in Rhode Island. And it's been one of my greatest joys, one of the hardest things I've ever done. But it's wonderful. It's been a wonderful journey. And I hope that when we have our Eastern Region conferences, our next one's October 4th through 8th in Virginia Beach, I get to see some of you. We're bringing down a van from Rhode Island, and they're looking forward to meeting their Unity brothers and sisters. So what I discovered, though, in this, with the 12 powers, is that each of the powers align with certain philosophies, because I study all different faiths. Unity is my home, always will be. And what I discovered was that many of them tied to indigenous beliefs. So my husband and I have been traveling around. The first one is in Hawaii. Darn, right? We went to Hawaii and we met. People were wonderful. Elders are wonderful there. Shared and saw a lot of the same principles. And they have something called Makia is one of their principles. And it means energy flows where attention goes. Now, have we heard that before? All over the place. And Charles Fillmore said it is thoughts held in mind produce after their own kind. different cultures, different beliefs, all the same message of love. In here, different people, maybe different beliefs, different personalities, but it's all the same love. All created through our Creator, right? All there. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about science before I'm done. And I'll take the next slide. Greg Braden, I've been following him for years. Not quite stalking yet, but he does recognize me and my husband, because I just saw him in Santa Fe in New Mexico in February. But he did a study, because he kept finding God, and he said, so the science, let's see if we can find a relationship. And I'm going to do it very quickly, so if you want more information, I'll tell you where to find it. But he looked at this. This is the Sefer Yetzirah, and it's one of the, sorry, I don't need to keep hitting this. It's one of the oldest writings in the Jewish faith in the world. It only has 1,000 lines, and even the rabbinical students are not allowed to study it until they've mastered every other text, because it can be so difficult but so enlightening. It's the book of life. And he said, I'm going to look to science to see how we can go in and translate this. So he did. I'll take the next slide. He said, you know what? What do we know the most? The periodic table of elements. Now some of you are going, well, what does this have to do with unity, right? Stay with me. This is good. So then he noticed something extraordinary. Every ancient letter that we have in any culture has a number assigned to it. So he started taking all of the letters in that sacred text and applying them to the number in this periodic table. And what he found is just so amazing. He applied the numbers to the human DNA. And it kept coming up, and it kept coming up, and every single strand, the beginning of the strand of DNA, had the same message. Every single one. It never changed. Next slide. God eternal within the body. Wow. For me, it was mind-blowing. Here it is. It's not only in our faith systems or in indigenous. It's in science, too. It's there. It's the second unity principle. It's been there all along. So think about it this way. God eternal in your body. And it's not saying anybody's left out. It's saying for every single person. Now, we may not agree with somebody. We may have certain feelings about things. But if we could stand back and see, what would happen if we started to see the God eternal within the body before we saw anything else? The world would change in an instant, right? So science and spirituality have met. They're actually good friends, we find out. We just didn't understand it yet. So from this scientific perspective, from this faith perspective, we have the decision to decide what to do with that. Now, some of you may have noticed my feet are bare. And Rev Carla, my mentor, calls me the barefoot minister because I tend to go barefoot. I lived in Hawaii for a long time. But why do you think I do that here? Well, grounding, too, I do have a little electrical thing going on. But what were you singing about? But what were you singing about earlier? Holy ground, that's it. So am I barefoot because, I'm being careful because of my back, but am I being careful because, most people would say because I'm in Unity of Seven Hills building. I got it, it's okay. Am I being careful because of that? Am I standing here barefoot because it's sacred ground? Or is there something else going on here? And most people tell me it's because I'm standing in a church. But I'm not barefoot because of that. Well, that too. I do. I love you guys. You're awesome. Nobody's judging me. Nobody's brought me shoes. But no, I'm standing here this morning because I am on sacred ground. Because of you, each one of you. Because you have that divinity inside of you. It's there. If you could see what I see looking at you, what I saw in the meeting yesterday, looking at you guys, you are divine beings. How does that make you feel? Or do you think I've lost it? And that's okay if you do. You grow to like me after a while. But you are divine. You have 50 trillion cells in your body. And each one is lit up with God eternal within the body. Do you know what that makes you? We're born, we forget that. When we're born, we come through that cave of creation, and we forget that. But it's amazing. So what do we want to do with it? We can do the greatest things. As my book is for middle grade kids, my favorite word in it is impossible, because I have so much fun with that word. I take it and I put the I and the M separate, and we turn it into I am possible. So I'm looking at you, shining with your divinity. You have every possibility, all the hope, all the strength, all the power to create something that what you have may have some problems, but it's still beautiful, but to do whatever it is you want to do. So what's your choice? You say yes, like we were saying earlier, to doing that in this community, being that bright, shining light. The reason my ministry is called Unity Radiant Light is we didn't want to just be a Unity of Rhode Island. We wanted to be that light in the community. And you guys are. You've had it all along. Didn't Glenda the Good Witch say that? You had the power all along? So what do you want to do with it? I can't wait to come back and see where you are. Love to come back and do a radical forgiveness circle at some point, if you want me to. But just enjoy the time that we have together. I am so grateful for every one of you. So grateful for that light you're shining that you may not see quite yet. Or you do. It's my biggest prayer that you do. Do great things. Really allow those to shine. So the reason I moved meditation when Daniel and I talked to after the talk was because I wanted to keep going with this theme, and maybe we do a little activation. Does that sound good? Okay. Now I tend to knock things over, and my first Christmas Eve 2009 was our first service at Unity Radiant Light, and I knocked the light off the pedestal. It was a candlelight ceremony. I was in the dark. I also had the brilliant idea of giving the children their presents ahead of time, and one of them was a whoopee cushion. I have grandchildren now, I understand. And you never give silly putty when there's candles in the room. So I learned a lot that night. But anyway, why don't we go to the next slide? The one message I want to leave with you this morning is the kingdom of God is within you. How do you feel when I say that? And you can yell out something. The kingdom of God is within you. Do you feel it? We can say yes. Do you want to demonstrate it? Yeah. It's a really good thing to get up in the morning and say, I'd like to demonstrate that every day, right? Boy, what would the world look like? So it's within us. It's also within Unity in the Seven Hills. So as we close my talk this morning, I'm going to say a couple phrases, affirmations. We're very much into affirmations and denials. And which Unity principle is that? So 4, right? So I'm going to say something, I'm going to ask you to repeat it, and then we're going to go into meditation. Together, we prosper. We prosper. I see the Christ in you. And I want to say that again, and I want you to look at somebody and say that. I see the Christ in you. Right. We are one in the flow of divine abundance. We are one in the flow of divine abundance. Do we feel abundant? Yeah, and what happens when we see these and we see the Christ in each person? we feel, the other thing, Daniel, is right on this morning, the joy. The joy rising, because in all 50 trillion cells, that inner joy rises. And it is us. That's our natural state. So let's move into a time of quiet reflection. Just take a deep breath in and release on your own. Feel your feet on the what? The sacred ground beneath you. This is the same breath, the same life that formed the mountains in this world and the oceans. And it's flowing through every cell in your body right now. You are the living temple of the divine, God eternal within the body. And just feel that by breathing in and feeling it. I like to visualize my cells lighting up. And I'm visualizing it because they're always lit up, but I'm seeing it. And as we feel that divinity, I invite you to go into the silence and just see and experience that light and that awareness in you. And I just ask you to become aware of what might be there for you. There might be a message, a feeling. Just be aware of it. And we take this moment and we feel and we instruct ourselves, because we can do that. Joy, inner joy in every cell of your body. We feel it rise up within us. As it's expanding, this is unity in the 7 hills. It's not the building. It's you, and you are joy and love. And let's take that energy together, because Jesus said, where 2 or more are gathered, there I am. We take that and we push it up and out. And it fills this church, it fills this community. It fills Virginia, all around the United States. And right now there's unity prayers and New Thought churches and people coming together and holding this prayer. Join that energy as it expands and it heals the things that need to be healed. It reveals the things that need to be revealed. But with it, we see within our own, because remember we have to start with ourselves. And we are one, so with you going out to the goodness, every cell in our bodies working in perfect and divine harmony. Prosperity in every place, every part of our lives, every part of our community. And this joy, radiating, fun. And this joy brings us peace. And we know this all comes from there's only one field, and that field is love. The kingdom of God is within us. And this shared presence this morning, it's uniting and it's healing and it's prospering all. I'm going to ask you to whisper this statement. The power of God is within us. We're going to say in a normal voice, the power of God flows through us. And now we're going to declare the power of God creates through us now. And that divine love and energy throughout this community. Savor it. Love it. Love one another. And know that unity in the Seven Hills has become, even now, a beloved presence in your community. One heart, one vision, one spirit. And each of you have the power to make this happen. And so it is.
Oh, just leave it.
Oh, okay.
So let's sing the prayer for protection. Feel those words as your truth, as our truth. I am we. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. And the presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Let's stand and declare those words, those truths to be ours. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. Love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. Power of God protects us. I am the power of God. And the presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever I am, God is. And all is well. Mary Ellen.
Let's affirm our abundance together.
Oh yeah, we can do that standing.
Yes, definitely. Unity in the Seven Hills is abundantly blessed. Creative people are drawn to us. Divine ideas flow through us. Financial resources bless us. And we accomplish mighty works together. If you are joining us online, you can give at unityinthesevenhills.org. Whether you're here in person or online, know that your generosity is deeply appreciated, honored, and blessed. Thank you for supporting our mission and helping us to grow in love and connection. And now, the sharing of our abundance. We will now pass our offering bags for you to place your generous donations and tithes so that you can share your abundance with Unity in the Seven Hills, your spiritual community. If it is not your time to give, please bless our offering bag as you pass it on.
Let's sing together. We are shining as the light, as the light, as the light. We are shining as the light, as the light of God. We are shining as the light, as the light, as the light. We are shining as the light, as the light of God. Keep going. We are shining as the light, as the light, as the light. We are shining as the light. So as the band comes forward, our blessings, our offerings, let's bless these gifts together. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am grateful. Do you need a prayer? We are here for you. Please see the prayer chat plan at the front of the service. Is that going to be? Oh, it's going to be Donna. So you can go to Donna for your prayers after the service. And let's close with the peace song. Just before we do, though, I think we should. No, you can stand up. Woo. Stand up. We're gonna have a little 5-minute break afterwards. But let's bless Cherie, Ruffo, and Mark for coming this weekend and spending their time with us, and bringing their light to help us shine ours. And let's close with the prayer for protection. No, the peace song. Keep turning. Yeah, let's find peace together. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, united all are we. Yes, we walk with each other, perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Yes, this is the moment now. With every step I take, yes, this is my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace and harmony. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Cheers. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.